we got for Fazbear or the Springtrap. Finally in. Let's see. The animatronic lived to kill, even when his mechanical costume became his tomb. Special ability: the fire axe. Animatronic is armed with the fire axe that he can throw at survivors. If an axe hits the survivor, the weapon becomes embedded in them, leaving the survivor vulnerable. Survivors must remove the axe before they can be healed. Interesting. Okay. Map features security system. At the start of the trial, 7 security doors respawn randomly throughout the map. I see it, even though it's Five Nights at Freddy's, you got 7 days, if you know, you know. Anyways, the survivor access to the camera view, allowing the survivor to cycle through every camera in the map, travel to the door they are currently looking through, and potentially reveal the animatronic's aura to the team. So that's going to be good. You basically have a nice little fast travel system. So if you were planning on using Sprint Burst against the animatronic, probably within the first week or two, you might just want to take that off. You're just TPing around everywhere. Anyways, using the camera and doors too often will deplete the limited battery power available. Okay, so there's a battery system, forcing survivors to wait until the system reboots. The animatronic may travel between security doors with or without battery power. Interesting. If the animatronic enters the security door, they may choose to exit from any other door in the map. Moving to a door already in use by the survivor will cause... Yep, okay, so we saw that. New killer perks. Help wanted. When you damage a generator, it becomes compromised. When the compromised gen is completed, your successful basic attacks are 25% faster. Okay, for 40 to 60 seconds. Okay, I thought that was a permanent buff. I was like, still, even just a minute is pretty long. Phantom Fear. When a survivor within your terror radius looks at you, they scream and you see their aura for 2 seconds. This perk has an 80, 70, 60 second cooldown. Yeah, that's within the terror radius? Or just when they look at you? Oh, okay, so they have to look at you. Cool. Okay, that's going to be a really strong perk. Might be good for stealth killers, kind of, maybe. Just overall, really, really strong perk. Haywire. Exit gate switches with at least 50%. Exit gate switches with at least 50% progress regress at a rate of 40, 45, and 50% of gate opening speed. While they are regressing, survivors see the exit gate lights flickers randomly. Hold on, I gotta read that again. Oh, okay, cool. So if they have it halfway, it'll regress, I think. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. All right, new map, Freddy Fazbear Pizzas. The Rotting Brainchild, more like the Brain Rotting Child. Anyways, of a sadistic murderer still stands over the grassy plain. Basically, new map. Yeah, new map's cool. Quality of life improvements. AFK Crow system update. This is new. Survivors are considered AFK when not interacting within the last 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Bro, what if I go into a locker and I'm using built to last? What? Okay, while AFK, survivors accrue AFK points, during which gradually begin to spawn above their head. The survivor beginning with 1, capping at 3. AFK points increase more slowly while moving or while in proximity of the killer. Huh. After 90 seconds, the survivor reaches 3 crows and loud noise triggers to regular intervals. Additionally, the survivor loses collision with other players for 10 seconds. Completing interactions removes AFK points when hatch spawns or end game. Okay, makes sense, but why is it so soon? All right, blood web speeding improvements. Added an auto blood web button available after besieging any one character for the first time, enabling players to automatically progress to a selected character level. Blood points permitting remove the following pop-ups across all other characters after they've been shown for the first time. Excuse me. The blood web introductory pop-up, unpredictability pop-up, and perk slot pop-up. So I think you can now choose which level you want to go to in the blood web, so that's kind of cool. Disconnection penalties not in the PTB. Penalties are now based off the last 20 matches played. Whoa. Each disconnect is in this set of 20 matches counts as disconnect penalty point. Disconnection penalty points decrease as you play matches without disconnecting. Previously decayed at a rate of 1 point per day. Dang. Okay, yeah, I was about to say, like, a single point per day? Like, I mean, people lag sometimes, sure. But, you do have some people just rage quitting. Alright, Gamma settings. Upon new launch, Gamma collaboration will pop up. Okay, so new visual, cool. Going next prevention. Added a system to detect survivors who intentionally die early in the match. When a survivor is determined to be doing this, they receive a disconnection penalty and lose 1 full grade. Nope. This is disabled during the PTB. Okay, so here's my question before I read the rest. Let's say you're already down 1 or down 2. All right, and you know you have an AFK on the team, or like what just happened there. There's a hacker in our game. If you didn't see that, the short's not up yet, and maybe I didn't make a video on it. But if you see it, thank you for coming. Anyways, what if there's a hacker in there, and then you know he hooks you, and you're like, I don't want to play this because you know it's a hacker. Let me just GG next. How does that work then? Do you still get a penalty point? Because if so, that's I don't know. Well, that'll probably get worked on. Anyways. The attempt unhook ability is now only available in the following: 2 survivors remaining in the trial. A survivor's luck is increased with an offering. A survivor has equipped the slippery meat or up the anti-perk. When more than 2 survivors remain, they may struggle while on the hook, but with no chance of escape or penalty for failure. Interesting. So you can't unhook yourself anymore with 4 more people. Is that what I'm seeing? Unless you bring luck or that perk add-on? That's kind of interesting. There's no more Kobe's. There's no more 4%. Let's see. Letting 2 struggle skill checks pass without any input no longer instantly kills you. Okay, well that's good to know, I guess. The abandoned score event given to survivors when a teammate disconnects is now also granted when a survivor gives up via the system. Increase the abandonment score to 2,000 blood points plus 600. Yeah, that's a pretty notable blood point. Alright, Mori update. Near the end of the trial, the killer can now activate a Mori when at least 2 survivors are alive, up from 1 survivor alive. 1 survivor must be alive, healthy, injured, or dying. 1 survivor must be hooked. Oh, okay. So instead of letting them die out and getting like the free Mori, I think that's how it works, is now if there's someone basically dead on hook, instead of waiting for them to bleed out, you can Mori now. That's kind of cool. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Alright, offering updates. All realm offerings now grant a flat 20% chance to be sent to the associated realm. Duplicated realms no longer stack. Okay, so it's only 20%. It's not guaranteed. Oh, that kind of sucks. Most gameplay altered offerings are now treated as secret during the loading screen review. Oh, okay. Wait, gameplay altering offerings are like map ones. I'm sure they'll have a system to detect whether or not you are just going to go next, like people who are constantly going next a lot. True. Okay, we'll look into that. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Spawn rules. Survivors now spawn within 12 feet of each other by default when possible. Wait, so Shroud of Binding is useless now. They're just removing that? Or are they going to change it up? Guess we'll find out soon. Survivors now spawn on the same floor as each other players by default when possible. The Shroud of Separation... Wait, hold on. The survivor offering Shroud of Binding has been replaced with a new offering, the Shroud of Separation. Its new effect causes survivor... Okay, so basically, Shroud of Binding, now you don't spawn with your team? That's... Dude, what is this change? Like, people are constantly going next a lot? Yeah, true. I guess we'll just have to see it in game. But I see what you mean. I just don't know how, from like a developer standpoint, how they would implement such a change. Like, it's like we already have MMR, but is it a hidden MMR? And then how can you tell? Like, we can't attempt anymore from what's it called? The first for when there's still 4 survivors in the game. You can only do it from 2 or less. That being said, if you're on the hook and missing skill checks, you won't die after missing 2 anymore. But it's like, what if you just fucking AFK real quick and you come back on the hook, you're not dead, and then you still play the game? Would that count? Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Anyways. Yeah, the Shroud of, wait, there's a Shroud of Vanishing. Can I vanish the killer? That'd be kind of cool. Alright, any other Shroud of Binding are converted. The killer offering Shot of Separation, Shot of Vanishing. Its new effect causes all. Oh, okay. I mean, cool, but like, I mean, who even brings the Shroud of Binding anymore? Like, okay, spectator mode. Increase spectator slots in custom game to 5. That's good. Hotkeys have been assigned in spectator mode to make changing between players easier. Looping between players using the top bar while in spectator mode can now be done via hotkey. Added controller support. Voiceover language. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, gameplay features. Killer updates. Alright, add-ons. We're getting to the juicy stuff now. Hold on, let me... Stay hydrated, folks. Alright, the artist add-ons. The automatic drawing add-on now reduces the cooldown time of the Birds of Torment by 1.75 seconds. After idle dire crows disintegrate was 1.5 seconds. Okay, so that's faster. Or no, that takes longer, actually. So that's a nerf. The Untitled Agony add-on now makes swarm survivors suffer from 10% hindered status effect for 1.5 seconds. Was 15 seconds. Or was 15%. 15%. Yeah. I don't really play much artists, so most of these add-ons are just kind of, I don't know. Alright. The Manta's Baby Shoes add-on now reveals the aura of survivors within 4 meters of dire crows for 3 seconds. Was 5 meters. The Ink-Egged add-on now reduces the time before idle dire crows disintegrate by 1 second. Was 2 seconds. The Severed Hands add-on now causes survivors coming with 2 meters of swarm survivors to become swarmed with 2. The Lich. I don't play these killers, so feel free to pause and read all this if you want. Basically, there's a whole bunch of add-on changes. Like I said, I don't really play these killers, so sorry if this is one of your favorite killers and whatnot, but yeah, just feel free to pause. Feel free to pause. Alright, the Twins. Victor is now able to trigger Chase with survivors. That's good. I guess that could help for like quick gambit and whatnot. Killer perks. Call of Brine. I will read most perks, however. Increased duration to 70 seconds was 60 seconds. Increased bonus generator regression from 130, 140 to 150 was as seen. Thrilling Tremors. Reduced cooldown from 40 seconds to 35 to 30 was 100. Whoa, that's a major nerf. I mean, not nerf, buff. That's a major buff. Whoa. Okay, Thrilling Tremors. We're probably going to see a lot of that. I don't even remember what that perk does. It's like every time you pick up a survivor, the gens get blocked? I don't know, but that's going to be OP. Alright, Superior Anatomy. Increased area of detection to 12 meters was 8. Okay, so that's a buff. Decreased cooldown from 25 to 30. It's tip the scales a little bit. Alright, Dark Devotion. Increased duration of terror radius transfer to Obsession to 35, 40 to 45 was 20. Okay, so that's a nerf. Increased size of transfer terror radius to 40 meters. So slight, once again, tip the scales. Hex Retribution. Increased oblivious duration caused by survivors interacting with dull or hex totems to 40 to 50 to 60. Was previously 35, 40, 45. Increased survivor's aura reveals triggered by a hex totem remove up to 20 seconds. Whoa, that's a long time. Alright, Machine Learning. Isn't this, what's the robot part? Singularity? Yeah. Decreased haste value to 8% was 10%. Increased duration to 40, 50, 60 seconds was... Okay, Remember Me. Updated description to more accurately reflect its in-game effect. Well, that's nice. Terminus. Increased broken duration once exit gates are open to 35, 40 to 45 seconds was 20, 25, 30. Okay, whack. Bonk. Alright, increased reveal aura to 36 meters was 24 meters. Increased survivor aura reveal to 4, 5, and 6 seconds was 3, 4, and 5 seconds. Alright, survivor perks. Bounty Knowledge. Healing item efficiency reduction removed was 20%. Okay, so so Bounty Knowledge now doesn't stack with items anymore. That's a major nerf. Alright, Champions of Light. Decrease cooldown to 60, 50, and 40 seconds. Yes, W. Flashlights are back, baby. They're back. They're back. Woo! They're bringing them back for the anniversary so everyone can spam flashlight flicker people. Pew, 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 pew. Alright, I'm sorry. Light-footed, decreased cooldown 14, 12, 10 seconds was 28, 24, 20 seconds. I don't really know what that perk does. Desperate Measures, increased scaling bonus speed to healing and unhooking actions to 16, 18, and 20% was 10, 12, and 14. Once again, also don't know what that does. Exulteration. Increase the item recharge amount for stunning the killer with a pallet to 75%, was 25%, so an extra 50%. Decrease cooldown to 30, 25, 20 seconds, was previously 40, 35, and 30. Okay, so nice buff with that. Okay. So you get item recharge for stunning a killer? Wait, I didn't know that. Wait, that's low key. Wait. You combine Exaltation with Champions of Light and like quick gambit and you try not to get hit, or maybe resilience and sprint burst, or like windows. Wait, I might have just cooked, chat. I might have just cooked. Anyways, counterforce. Increase bonus totem cleansing speed to 25%, was 20. Increase the furnace. Okay, so it has extra aura revealed. You can stack the totem cleansing bonus. Empathic connection. Injured survivors can now see the aura of survivors with anywhere on the map. Was okay, so they changed it back to now you can just see everywhere again. Cool. Updated a healing speed bonus to other survivors. Wait, I didn't know that. Wait, that's low-key kind of a buff. Was 30% across all tiers. Okay, well now there's a little 5% extra boost. Alright, emblem updates. Lightbringer performing and innovation now awards 0.8 Lightbringer points per being chased. Okay, so this is just how you get more points and whatnot. Map showcases, new map, game mode that allows players to queue up for a single predetermined map. Interesting. Bug fixes. You can take a look at these if there's a bug you're coming to fix. An issue where the durability icon remained visible after emptying a toolbox with the Streetrise perk. Nice bug. Alright, the Dark Lord has been disabled. Several. Okay, cool. Alright, and there's the patch notes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow and whatnot. I've been your host, Finjig451. Tune in to the Outlaw Squad. And remember, whether we win, lose, or go down fighting, we always ride again. Finjig out.